It is 20 minutes past 11 o'clock right here on Power FM Zimbabwe, the final hour of The Connection here. My name is Rachel, Miss Rach, the radio diva. And you know, every Wednesday we always have the relationship clinic that gets to come through on the show. I'm always excited because we've Apostle Kudita, who actually helps us, our counselor when it comes to relationships, who comes through to the studio. Good morning to you, Apostle. How are you doing?
Good morning, Miss Rach. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And yourself?
I'm good.
The weather. I'm thinking, why are you not wearing a jacket? It's cold. It's cold.
You can imagine when you're in your car, you don't feel the cold, innit?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, we have to talk about this because it's something that we actually say that we needed to talk about, and finding out basically why men cheat. I mean, it's not that, women don't cheat as well, but men do cheat, and we find out most of the time that women are heartbroken. I found my husband cheating on me. It's not the first time. It's happened like enough the times. Or I found my boyfriend, he's cheating on me. He left me for someone else and all that other stuff. So, it's always a mystery for us women to get to find out, why men cheat. It doesn't make sense to us.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's a bit of a big problem, and in counseling you'll find that you get a lot of reasons why men are cheating. And normally when I do counseling sessions, this is what I do. If you come and you tell me your issue, I don't attend to you by yourself. You can just give me an introduction of your issues. But the next thing that I do is I want your partner there. Because sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean the one who has reported the issue or the one who was coming for help first is the one that is right. Some people, they can actually get themselves in a situation that they're now getting their commensurate response to what they're doing. And they end up like, now when they are feeling the heat of what they have triggered, they come and they say, my husband is doing this and that. It can also be the other way around. But there's a lot of provocation that happens. And sometimes when...
No.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm looking at you like that because I'm thinking, are you saying that as women we provoke men into doing certain things?
I said it can be the other way around. It can either be a man who provokes. But at the end of the day, just because it doesn't mean he is right. So there are people who are feeling the heat, and it doesn't. What are you trying to say?
Carry on, I'm listening. I'll let you finish, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of consequences that do happen when there's a misunderstanding between two people, and there are all sorts of dynamics that actually take place with regards to relationships. And I'm just going to give you 5 quick reasons why men do cheat. Okay. I'm talking about men specifically today.
Yes.
The number one is immaturity. Sometimes you can get married to a guy who's very immature, and they're just starting off in a relationship. They're still having that pressure that they have got that pressure from their friends, and they still want to live the life that they were living whilst they were still young. And they've got lack of full understanding of what it is to be married. And they still want to be seen out there, to be the person who is actually they still go out and they still cheat because of immaturity. The second thing is an addiction. Now with addiction is, if a man is addicted maybe to mbanje, bronco, they're addicted to alcohol or certain substance abuse, there is a distortion of judgment. And because they're not judging things very well, they find themselves. I remember when I used to go clubbing.
Okay.
Because, the Bible says alcohol is a mocker. And a lot of people, if I look at most of my bed, I'm talking about myself. If I look at some of my worst decisions I've made whilst I was married and whilst I was still growing up, is when I was high, drunk, misjudgment. And there are certain things you wouldn't do. Brains are going straight. So addictions, substance abuse is the next thing. Insecurity. Sometimes a guy marries a very beautiful girl, and this girl is very beautiful, and I don't have to test my waters, but handsome. And the insecurity, it can also maybe too short, short man syndrome, and it can be maybe you're old, or too fat, or not rich enough, or maybe you're thinking, the class status that I'm in, can I really get to that other level? And that insecurity causes a person to go and try out certain things, especially, you know, I always advocate for guys to marry so that you're not going into a marriage and the next thing that you do is you get married and you freedom, financial freedom to exercise your real desires. So some of these guys, when they are actually trying these things out, it's insecurity, that territory, and the next thing is lack of affection. No, he wants to end the relationship because of reasons known best to himself. He feels that I'm no longer in love. But you know what? I made a mistake. There's a guy who came to me, I think, some 2 weeks ago, and says, Pastor, is it possible? I feel like maybe I got a mistake, and what is God's take on me making another decision? And the next thing is lack of mentorship. You know, if you're a man, you also need another man who can hold your hand, drive you to a place of understanding this species that we live with. You know, it's a rare species. This species called a woman. It needs to be really understood because you don't know, your girlfriend is different from your wife.
Yep.
And the minute she becomes a wife, she's another animal altogether. And you need to understand how these people think. You need to understand their psyche. You need to understand some of the things that they do, not meaning what you actually think they are saying. And so that you don't hit an ant with a bazooka. So that you're commensurate with your reactions. So that you just don't have lack of affection because of things that you're thinking that have been done. Infatuation is the next thing. Kubasa mi bikwangweta kanga secretary kanyuan. Mpesa aona. Akarutoti hey chichi pamwapindo mtweleti pamogadzira ova shikugadzira kakola utona anagara kubita madamu wangu munwe.
Oh my God.
And infatuation, love at first sight is not always love at all times.
Okay.
And there's this infatuation thing, you know, men are attracted, especially the hind quarter of a woman attracts men. Yeah, the hind quarter of a woman. They like the face, but varume vakawanda chesh. Akatasa face ka oda masana va manya kudzika pasi so. Adanazonoti gitare re jakamira say. So infatuation. And the minute iya kangono kamwe kanjuzoka waya kwaliso kakamuti hi inazo kachena ende uri kuita yeah blaza. Sure.
He's gone.
Sure. And you know, infatuation and the psychodynamic. Maybe this person grew up this is second last. You grew up in a family and there's polygamy in the family that you grew up. When I'm talking about psychological dynamics, I'm talking about things that they're exposed to, what they think is normal whilst it is abnormal. And a lot of people suffer because of what they've seen in their family tree. And number 8, he thinks he deserves more. He thinks he deserves more, and this is a satanic trap. And he thinks, you know, bebu madzidzira ndakaita so mari andanayo so kuti ndive nemunhu akaita sewe. So I personally think my levels are siyana manje. I think they understand kuti ndifanira kuchibatawo zviri nani. And yeah, spiritual deficit. You're not seeing things before you actually get yourself into those things. Revenge. You just want revenge because this guy, you know, some people can revenge to things that they think have happened. Wabata phone obona munase ari kudita wa delete message yangu wakabata munotonotsvaga baby rake. So those are some of the things why men do cheat.
Very interesting. 498-652 and 498-654. Those are the calling lines. You can prefix that with 0242, or you can come through on our WhatsApp platform number, which is 0712-831-172. If you have questions, contributions, you can actually get to come through those. Apostle, it's interesting that, you came up with all these aspects. The one that I really want to focus on is not being content, wanting more.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
And if you actually notice, some people will actually make the excuse ukuthi maruva akanaka akawanda anofana kuchiva unongochiva ruva ukarona irakanaka, you also want the next flower as well. And that's usually where it comes to, you wanting more. Why can't you just be content with the rose that you have? Why do you need a daisy? Why do you need a lily? I mean, of course, flowers are different and they're all beautiful in their own aspects, but there's a reason why you chose the particular rose. Some people will also say, you took the aspect of polygamy, whereby, it said, they'll even quote the Bible, say, Inga David, Angani Solomon, Angani wakadzi vangani. If you really look at that. So it's natural for men to cheat. It's within their nature for them to cheat. If it happened in the Bible times, even those men who are blessed by God, even have had so many wives and concubines, what makes it not possible for it to be happening now? Those are some of the excuses that some will come up with.
Yeah, I think satisfaction is one thing that we as human beings fail to have. And it's not only a problem with men, but a great extent is with the men, not satisfied. To a small extent, women also have that problem. They start comparing you with the next person. And to some extent, they're also feeling, vakadzi vakangwara Rach. Mukadzi ari maurova game dzake so abatwe, vakadzi avabatwe. Mukadzi kana karova tsoro dzake ka. I'm telling you, women can cheat more than men. I've come across women who are cheating, and they'll tell you, Apostle, I'm cheating, but I want to stop. And I've been doing this for the last 5 years.
So what are you saying? It's an aspect of not being content.
It's human nature. It's human nature, and men are attracted by what they see. But you see, the biggest problem here is this: when you come across a man who has divorced his wife and they're in the second marriage, most of them are regretting. Most of them will say, Apostle mnozeka ndikutofunga hangu kuti yes, mkazi wangu ndanga ma problems naye yokutanga, but Apostle but we ain't to move on. So like you are rightfully saying, the grass will always seem greener on the other side. And in a very, very decent way, I would like to say the biology of every woman is okay, I won't say it's the same, but you probably, men think women are different. They are different. But, once she's yours, you understand? And people just don't get content with what they have. They always want to, new money, new woman, kabebika new one. And some men just don't have a satisfaction from being sexually fulfilled with one woman. They think the next woman is going to do it. And once the next woman babrika meyo atsenga abuda sugar yese ona tsenga futi kwe babrika membo futi afungene sugar yopwera paano zopedza manya uzoloti ika Solomon akataura wani. So John Solomon said at the end of the proverb,
what did he say?
He said, mwana wangu ndakura ndachembera, but ndakaita zvese zvamunofunga kuti zvonakidza, but it's vanity, a chasing after the wind.
498-652 and 498-654, those are the calling lines. You can also get to come through on our WhatsApp platform number 0712-831-172. Now, this is the thing, when a man cheats, do they actually realize the emotional turmoil that comes through with them cheating? We're not even talking about the physical aspect, but let's just talk about the emotional turmoil that comes through when a woman is cheated on. Because when a woman is faithful, she's quite faithful. For example, we've got this message here saying, Rachel ndakabata 3 girlfriends mufoni maabi wangu, and ininika I'm breastfeeding. So you're breastfeeding, you're just thinking, I just gave a beautiful blessing to my husband. I just gave him a child, and then here he's still cheating on me. Come on, Apostle. Okay, before you answer that one, good morning, how are you?
Hello.
Morning, how are you?
Fine, thanks, and how are you?
Fine, thanks. Please go ahead with your contribution.
My contribution is, kana ukaone usatuambona kuti mudzimai waondoda ndope please ndikuda kubatsira vakomana nevasikana usapinde muwanano maziso achiri kungotarisa uko nekuko iva munhu wakarongeka kuchita cheating ukuchitani that's mislead. You mislead who kana usati wapinda muwanano siyana nokuti ndoda kuwana ukaona maziso achidai soona musikana waona ndoda kuroora uzoti waenda paseri apa woona futi mumwe uchingotarisa maziso ausati wakuroora. You are not mature yet. Usalasa nguva yevanhu semunhu. Please.
Thank you so much.
Kana uzipira kuti ndoda kuwana just uyu ndoda kutowana watoperera ipapo kwete kuti mazisotarisa uku ukaona uyu kuti uyu ndomuda you are not yet tanga wapotamba prayer utamba prayer yako wopedza kazuva mheno kuda unofanira nezviriko izvi mazuva ano I don't know. It's up to you.
All right, thank you so much for coming through. We appreciate it. Good morning, you're live on Power.
Morning, Miss Rach.
Morning. How are you? I want to write song.
Apostle Mangaze.
Mamuka ere?
Ndiripo.
Dimathero.
Indeed.
Okay. How are you, Prophetess Martha?
Ndiripo.
Tipei tinzwe pachirongwa chedu chevarume vasiri kugarisika mudzimba zvakanaka.
Ndozvanenda kutobvunza saka naye Apostle varume vasingagutsikani vayai wekuti chero achiwana zvese kumukadzi wake ane mukadzi wake ane gitari rake riripo and everything ati anoenda kunochita kana inini mukadzi ndikazoita the same thing zvenzi ndakashata inenge iri problem here.
I think hama dzangu idzi dzevarume idzi akatori kanhu kanotoda Jesu ikaka kekutoti vanozviita and what we just need to be able to do is to manage it so that we don't we know what to do when it starts happening.
All right, we lost a 498-652 and 498-654. You can also get to come through anonymously if you want to tell us why you cheat, or maybe there are reasons that haven't been mentioned by Apostle, whereby you will say murume you feel this is the reason why I find myself cheating on my partner on a regular basis, because as much as Ratara and Apostle doesn't but there's some who actually have their own things going on and be thinking this is the reason why I actually get to do it. Good morning, you're live on Power.
Morning, Miss and Apostle.
Morning. How you doing?
No, I'm doing very well.
That's great. Please go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, chinoitika ndechekuti vanhu nguva zhinji vanoroorana vari vadiki kuti murume nemukadzi. Pane zvinhu zvavanenge panguva iyoyo pane zvinhu zvavanenge vachiti vachiona pane uyo anoona zvakanaka achiona pane uyu panoona zvakanaka. And I think chinodiwa muwanano kumaintaina zvamakambodirana zvacho ndozvoramba zviripo zvipracticwa zviri on the ground. Kana maitaurirana zvakanaka musingashautane ngazvirambe zvakadaro. Even makanganisirana pane nzira yakanaka yekutaurirana nayo. Zvikachizotanga kuchinja kuti mumwe anoda kutanga kuti mukanetsana anopopota achibuda panze zvokuti kunyange nemanext door anenge akuzonzwa nekuziva nyaya dziri kupopotedzanwa. Izvozvo zvinoita kuti zvidzinge mumwe one of the partners abude panze. Kuvakadziwo rambai makamaintaina status yamaiita uchiunoona naJohn wakachenawo wakapinda uchigeza kwete kuzoti unamumba wachipororo hauchada kugeza. Even murume wacho the same thing wachinja waibhoita smart uchinoona jeni pamberi apo wakuita chipororo hauchageza kana mazino hauchaitawo zvakanaka. Even in terms of provision yezvawaimboita hasichaitwa. So I would like to say kuti vanhu zvidai zvaita vanhu ngaro vachingomekena zvakambosirana vari vachiurana pakutanga.
All right, thanks so much for coming through with your contribution. We appreciate it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead, Apostle.
I I want to imagine you as a married woman.
Okay. Yeah.
And you 3 years down the lane, you're with your husband, and there's some things that we tolerate, and the love starts diminishing. You just start to, and you just got that attitude here, it's diminishing. Are you still able to just look on point, like, do yourself up and to a person who you are having a disdainful affection towards?
The question is, are you doing it for your partner or are you doing it for yourself? Let's be honest, Apostle. Let me give you an example. As women,
I've come to your house.
Yeah.
And maybe I want to take something from your house or something like that.
Yeah.
Are you doing? You're not looking like you're looking now. This was your space,
yes.
So anytime we're looking good, we're looking good for ourselves, but we also want the other party.
But let's be realistic. Is it possible that I can look like this 24/7?
No, it's not.
It's impossible, right? For me to look like this 24/7.
Yeah.
There's a point where I'm going to wake up, most probably if I'm doing household chores. There's no way in chachena couldn't do my household chores. Chafika t-shirt changu chakabvaruka cheche. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
Like, and then basically, and you've got your Zambia. There's no way I'm going to be looking like that 24/7.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
But can you appreciate me when I look good at the particular time?
Yeah. But, where I'm trying to get with my question is, sometimes we drop our guard and we become too, we become too relaxed, where, that relax comes to a place, men, even if you look at it from time immemorial, if men are attracted by what they see. And as long as you are friend as na bas. And the old one go over there. Kubasa kwa rweno. Kule na raji kwa na bibi to toka rwa smart. Iyo kumbo kwa kasuka zi socks ile ma pulling socks akudara. Nojina kasuka musoro apa Zambia rosunga 24/7. Mnava kubasa maskati. Wakarwa Zambia gombora kazara shena. And the iwo pakufunga kwako. Unofoti murume amboro moyo nezvakadaro so. There's some things that
are you saying that the only time, or I don't know if you're saying this, but maybe you're trying to say, sometimes as women the only time we try and put in effort is when we're going outside the house, but kanatiri mumba it's just whatever.
Yeah. That's precisely what I'm saying.
Okay. Interesting enough, we got a comment here saying that being mistreated at home leads us men to cheating. We get married women take us for granted. So it's better to go get someone. This is T1 coming through there.
And this is, Chandaka Wona Ranginin, with my years of being a marriage counselor, the issue of relaxing is and sometimes even men have got a problem. They look like they're accepting you and it becomes normal for them and they don't talk about it, but you know what, you've dropped your guard, you're no longer looking the same as you were looking before. But all of a sudden I know when I open are always on point always on point abachidzokera kumba manje amai ane zvimwe zvimapimples zviri kufesi kana kuti Shena, so.
Auntie, let me answer you, Apostle and Rachel. I've been married 3 years.
Yeah.
Auntie, my husband is actually a serial cheat. I look great all the time.
Yeah.
Auntie.
Yeah.
Ndakagarira vana at only 27, but kuchena. But he's a serial cheat.
But
how is that not attractive?
Remember when we talked about etiquette? Garagara smart, but mukanwa mumarachi mukanwa muchibuda mufushwa chaiwo.
Mira Apostle. Good morning, you live on Power FM. Mamuka say baba ale gwecha.
Baba wangu.
Apostle makadiko.
Tiripo makasimere muna mwari.
Tirikudi.
Mushe.
Aiwa, tirikufunzwe ma Sundays chaizvo.
Atotenda mwari.
Nyaya mutaure nchokutanga ndidongoti chitinya idiwe zvachose. Asi tinozodarisawo kuti pane zvimwe zvinhu zvinozoita kuti munhu achite zvinokanganiswa varume nemadzimai. Asi ndiri kuti chitinya itese haitodiwi zvachose tinofana kudzoka pafoundation pakutanga kuroorana kuti roora munhu unoda nditi kwete kuroora zvokuti anongoita zvedambe kuroora is a permanent thing zvinhu zvaupenya nditi Apostle
ndizvozvo
saka unofana kuroora munhu unoda kutoti munhu andazotora uyo
kana zvokutizira
kana kuti hadi nani asi ndione ngokachuza vega munhu wako handiti uyezve ndinodzoka pababa vataura kuti munhu roora pane maturity wakura mupfungwa nditi vhozi wafana kuedza gumbo nedziva wafana kuedza nechimuti nechitanda tozidariso kumaintaina ngatimaintainei rudo rwedu nditi ndomashawo munhu mumwe akaimba akataura kuti unosiyawo mbomo mawo wega wega saka unofana kumaintaina kugeza kwako kuchena zvemakinisi yako iwe murume uchisponzwa mudzimai vhozi waungamuti mudzimai wangu asi kugeze pamwe hausi kumupa kana zipo kana mafuta
mirai madzibaba ipapo mukadzi ngasponswe yes
vhozi waungati anzani kusvika panapo usina kugeza wamupa here sipo yacho
kwembe dzacho wakamutengere
kozeta manje John kanenge ari patouchline apa kachiona kanogona kusponza ka kufurenga nokusaiti apa akutotsvagwa penikira Apostle maakurwadziwa futi
okay madzibaba
mareketa munhu waMwari
kozeta Apostle pamwe pacho ndipo kuti mukadzi wako ari smart chezvakanaka zvekuti anoyemurika unoona achisiyiwa futi mumba zvimwe zvacho zvinoitika saka ndinodzoka futi payamba kambobata last time kune manjuzi anozi ngokwezawo ningosingazvidi bwakwezwa
utswinyirwa ziso
pakadaro manje satana apinde tingoise Mwari pazvinhu zvese kuti mukadzi akanaka anobva kuna Mwari murume akanaka anobva kuna Mwari
All right, Madzibaba, thanks so much for coming through.
You're welcome, Russian Apostle.
All right, bye-bye. You know what? Interesting, he talked about, marry the person that you really are in love with, and that is your type.
Yeah.
I've noticed that most or some men will have a tendency of going to marry what is called a church girl, but Chidamskana are, a bit more outspoken and more out there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So then, arikuti mukadzi wangu mwemumba should actually look this way, act a certain way, but type yangu chayo.
It's like a schizophrenic type of understanding where you're saying, I want a person with this type of behavior.
Yes.
But they must look like this type of a woman. And sometimes you won't get that woman with that behavior because it's no character
Apostle okay, for you to understand what I'm trying to say is they want a church girl, but they always cheat with a girl who's more outgoing,
player girls. I don't know my player girls.
No, we're not player girls. They're just, these women are more expressive.
Or I thought him modern girl.
And remember, there are women like that who live their ways in that particular way, and you're not comfortable with it because you want someone you can go out with, someone you can have fun with, someone maybe you can drink with, someone you can just be out there and have so much fun. But you're not getting married to that type of person because when you go church out, we go church
and what you're saying is, so he's single. And I always have a problem with him. Kuchecha anamusikana wanoona. Sa notice kuti mimika mukutsvaga slay queen mu church. Because ndizvo anoda izvozvo. Ukamona atara kuti musikana aripo. Unazoona kuti ziso rake riri attracted kune slay queen. But ari kutsvaga slay queen mu church.
Mazviona. Azvibude. Chingogara wamotora munhu wauri kuda. Adiwe ku church here kana ndislay. Wasarudza kuti kuda chii.
Zvinoita kuti aite slay church girl.
You're live on Power FM. Good morning. How are you doing?
Hi, Tachi. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And yourself?
Apostle Magadi.
Tiripo munofara here?
Tiri right said yes. Apostle ka. Varuma vana mugoni. Whether wageza, whether waita say, even if you are beautiful, vanongonochika. Isuka mutakachitirwa izvo kune mwana ari kutonzi ndewake but mwana uyu manjira angazvitonzi futi hazi wake. Mukadzi yakatopitira mumwe murume kuitwa mwana nemurume wangu saka vana
kuendeka kuma DNA.
Hello? Oh, we lost her. 498-652 and 498-654. Those are the calling lines. You can get to come through, and we want to talk to you as we talk about cheating. Auntie, anzinyadze kuchita dzinonetsa. I'm a lady. I'm 28. Ndakarora nemurume wangu 2 years down the line. Ndakabata kuti my husband atori nemwana kunze asi achingoramba. And then mukadzi wake yeye akazonzwa kuti murume ane mukadzi akatsvaga namba dzangu akafona achindondiudza kuti murume uyu anotoya kumba and this and that. Achindiratidza mapics ake vese vari 2, and they were cheating together. All right, they were together whilst we were also married. So I don't want to lie, cheating is something that I don't know if it's cheating is something that men do, and as women we should just come to accept it and be content with being the main woman, because I remember someone was saying that it's okay to be the main woman knowing that your husband is coming back home to you. Yes, he'll cheat on you with multiple women, but so long you will remain, which is what Dini Queen. That's the most important thing, and that's what some women have settled for.
When we say why men cheat, you notice that some of the things that we're talking about, why they cheat, it's not because we condone those things. It's not that we're accepting them. But what we're saying is, already you're in that marriage. It is now your responsibility to manage what. Try and find out. It may not make sense. It may make sense. But you need to have a strategy in as far as how do you respond to that situation. Finding out is very important. Whether reason is justified, but even when I say justified, like in business, what we do, we'll find that certain policies or certain things that happen, they're not favorable for business. You start responding in a way, or else you become a victim. Through a divorce, you understand that immaturity. What can I do for my husband could I mature? Addiction. How can I help my husband with addiction? Ask what can I do? There's always a method behind every problem. There's always a solution. But you are going to mese manje makutopisa musoro elekana mese makupisa musoro nyaya chagadzirika.
You love Mumhari FM. Good morning to you.
Hi, Rach.
Hi, how are you?
Sorry, ndinda pakufona. So, vakadzi vofutuwo ngavasachengetesa vamwe vana vasiri vavo. Zvichatipa kuti isusu tizonochitawo futi. Because you try by all means kugonera murume wako and everything. We pray about them, everything tizvese tinoenda, but moka inonzi murume yakaoma.
Hard to satisfy.
Makushishidzira mwana wangu manje anotadza kupinda marriage.
Aiwa ngambomira zvake.
Iwo urimoka. Iwo tango abuda iwewe.
Tati utonokungogarira zvitari kungogarira vana.
Kungogarira vana.
Usafurirwa.
Okay, please keep the language clean. We are on daytime radio. Okay, unfortunately, we'll have to let that one go. And when you're coming through with your contributions, we always encourage you to keep your language clean. I'm sure we are able to express ourselves without using any form of foul language. Good morning. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And yourself?
Tirikutenda nechironga chamurugita.
Aiwa, tinotenda kana muchiteerera nekufona kudai.
Apostle makadi.
Tinodakara manduwe.
Nyaya itange kuti chinokosha ngechekuti murume wacho akainyengedza iye asingauyi hake naye kumba kana ndazozviziva ndinogashira zvakadaro nekuti munhu asingabvumizi kuita barika ndini.
Saka imimi
reketai munhu musadisturbe pedzai.
Saka warume kuagonera kusagonera chiri nemuriro aine muriro wayo nekuti akangoda zoti kakabatana ndibaba ere watembera kamwana ke grade 7
ati kakabatana
baba nokiranga ndibambira ndacho tambogutikani pera nekusachembera zvakangodaro.
Saka imi muri kuti chero imi muri the main wife ndo zviri important. Ndozvichengetedza ini newana wangu wanouya ndogashira ndongonyarana kuti ngatofa ndakafa. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming through there, Mama. We appreciate your contribution.
Maita basa, Mama.
Do you see what I was talking about? That some women have gotten to the extent of being content so long. I'm the main woman. I really don't care where they goes out there.
Did you understand what she's saying? You know what I quote from what she's saying is, from judging from her voice, I think she's in the mid-50s, late 50s.
Yes, she is.
And she's saying, I'm no longer going to be disturbed by this thing that is happening with my husband. It's his issues. I'm going to live my life. And I'm not going to accept myself to be disturbed from sanity. And but I'm not saying it's right. But she's looking at her age and she's looking at the fights and she's saying, this person cannot change.
But those are not Apostle. It's not good. It's not tanga mama 50s. Muchatanga muchiri a young couple pamakarora na pachanti, and he becomes like what some ladies were saying, a serial cheat, right? Then you become content with him being a cheater so long he's coming home, and you're saying I'm not going to be bothered so long. But is that a happy marriage? Because remember, this is relationship clinic. And happy marriage. Do that grow old and don't have a TV? These couples, you know, they look like they're so content. Yes.
Baby, I love you, baby.
I want that. I want someone who's faithful to me, someone who's loyal to me. Okay,
that's why.
That's what I want. I don't want someone who's going to be cheating on me, and I just have to be content with it and say, "Oh, he's coming back home." I
want to ask you a question. Hey. We are saying these things happened. Do you think good things will come to you without you participating? Do you think the guy will just change without your participation? We are saying this is relationship clinic. And the reason why we're exposing why men cheat, we are saying there must be a response strategy. The strategy is not always just to say, I'm hitting the road. When the man is cheating, when you see what your husband is cheating, you look for options of how to go around the things that he's doing. And see, you exhaust your abilities and see how best can I help this guy. You know, some of these guys, I think I cheat and the papa na by reason psychodynamic. It's a generational curse. And you jarambaka munuga anega to sungwa di demons kumusha kwabo. And you zeno no sanga nungo munfut anega ka sungwa ne zvinhu. You don't run away from these things. You confront them. You challenge them and you look for options of how your husband can come out of that situation. I've seen it happen. I've seen men can change. A man can change. A woman can change their man. And a woman needs to begin to see, Kuti, I'm not just going to be a victim, but I'm going to be victorious over this thing that is traumatizing my life. I don't
know. I don't know why it should be put upon us as women to change men. I don't understand why it's us who always have to carry the burden of changing men. You need to find a solution to change him so that he doesn't cheat on you. Munungabe responsible. Auntie, as an individual, I should take account for my actions. It's not because it's because you have failed yourself to come through in this particular marriage, in this relationship, and be 100% faithful and honest with me and tell me where I'm lacking and try to fix what's wrong.
So baby, I'm packing my bags and I'm going home.
You know what?
Yeah?
I'm sorry, you know what our parents were, okay, and our grandparents were is different from what we are now.
Do you know that there are things...
we are looking at our own mental health, our own happiness, which is very important, instead of just trying to constantly make someone happy all the time. Why is it my burden to make someone happy?
So you don't believe that there are people who have got like Jakato Mugara Chikuti Kanagasabatsirwa na someone?
And in India, all the time.
Is it possible that kana mwana mukadzi cheche anoona kuroorwa ane zvekumusha kwawo zvakamugara and then iwo murume munhu kana akagara nezvinhu zvekumusha kwake saka isusu tiri kuti Pastor Rach vari kutaura kuti wakaona mukadzi wako ane mhepo dzekumusha kwavo iwe tandanisa munhu pamba pako
kuti tandanisa munhu pamba pako, but I'm saying people should take accountability. Someone they'll tell you kuti I cheated because of ABCD or try kuzvigadzirisa. He goes again and he cheats. Saka people should take accountability for their actions. Iye ngazvigadzirise ngazviite ega kuti apa ndakuda kuzvichinja semunhu. Kwero kuti ini ndinongoramba ndingomchinja. Responsibility yangu semukadzi ngoramba ndingochinja murume. 2022.
I'm saying you should it's not necessarily your responsibility, but you're also participating in the emancipation of your husband. You're helping him. You're helping each other. Iye murume ndabatsira mukadzi wake. We help each other. Because I love you, you're the mother of my kids, and you are my friend, and I'm seeing this thing. Idimoni. Mwe china. Come out in the name of Jesus.
Apostle, thank you so much for coming through. Relationship Clinic again, back again next week on a Wednesday. You can also get to check it out on our Facebook page at Power FM Zimbabwe. We are live streaming the program, so you can also get to watch it. All right, it is Power FM Zimbabwe. If people want to get in touch with you, Apostle, how can they do so? They can
get in touch with me on 0772 768. 0772 768 913. Thank you so much.
And this is Power FM Zimbabwe. Your time, 12 o'clock, time for the news.